Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. All right, so what is the latest? What is happening here this afternoon, and what can you tell us about the situation as it is at this moment?
Okay. At around 12:15 p.m. today, I received a call that there was a disturbance at the remand prison. On inquiring, I learned that an officer was assaulted in an interaction with another inmate. I also learned that the superintendent tried to pacify the situation and sustained injury in the process. This led to another senior officer, a senior superintendent, sustaining injury in an incident that led to a domino effect. Inmates at the time were being fed their diets, and what happened is that they came out and they joined the fracas and started to riot in the remand prison. Then they barricaded themselves in the southern division of the prison, and they jammed the lock so no one can get in, went down to the remand south prison and breached the wall of the prison by slamming items against the wall and causing a hole in the perimeter of the prison. So the remand prison south wall was breached. Inmates attempted to escape through that breach. They were met with officers who used firearms to stop that escape and send them back inside. After which they went to the roof and started to burn the roof in an attempt to escape. These are about 250 inmates I'm speaking of, right? And they went up to the roof, opened the roof, and they tried to come out and try again to escape. Shots were fired by officers to dissuade them from that action. They were persuaded to retreat. They retreated and went down into the prison. After a while, police were contacted and all agencies responded to my call for help. We formed a joint team of prison, police, and other agencies. We went inside, and currently we had to use non-lethals to stop them from rioting. And at this time, as we speak, we are currently locking in inmates back into their cells. This is the situation.
So the situation is under control currently?
So far, about 10 minutes ago, I received a call that the situation was brought back under our control.
Great.
There are a lot of shots fired. Were they shot at the inmates or warning shots? Anybody who's injured?
I heard the shot also. But I do know the team used non-lethals. So if you hear shots, it means that non-lethals were used. I did not authorize the use of lethal to quell the riots.
So no word yet on if any of the inmates were injured?
Well, not as yet. The first thing I give instruction to do, bring people back to their cells, lock down the division, let us see what happened, let us do an investigation as to why it happened, how it happened, and we'll take care of the injured.
Most importantly, any of your officers were injured?
Yes, sir. One is currently, the superintendent in charge of the remand is currently at the hospital.
How critical is injury?
Very critical. I think he sustained a broken jaw and lost 5 teeth. So, this is the situation, folks. I have to get back in. I have to manage what is happening here. So, I think it's necessary for me to tell you what's happening.
Just a final question. A lot of this was streamed live for like a half hour. Any comment on that?
No, well, streaming from a prison is now a very serious offense, and people can be arrested for that. So I'm hoping that we could get a copy of those streams, and we will pursue who did it, and then charges will be laid accordingly.
Mr. Pulchan, what we're hearing too from these streams is that the inmates expressed concern about the coronavirus and they wanted to leave. Has that been conveyed to you?
Let me answer this. There's no coronavirus in the prison service. There's no cases of coronavirus recorded. What we are dealing with probably could be fear of the unknown. The prison, I have set out a vigorous COVID virus policy where we are testing everybody who enter into our prison and everybody who leave our prison. When we are sending people to court, we are testing people. So the court will not be in danger. And we are also restricting visits. So the amount of traffic coming to the prison will be reduced just to protect both officers and inmates. It's not a selfish act, but it's an act to protect the prison environment. As you know, the prison service has a very unique situation because of the fact that we have prisoners in close proximity of each other. So there's no social distancing there. As a result of that, we have to be very careful of viruses, of any contagious disease that can affect our prison environment. We are already in a crisis in our country, and the government is doing everything they can to control what is happening on the outside. It is our job to control what's happening on the inside.
Mr. Pulchan, thank you very much.
Well,